now. See the road, see the road, I tell us that people come dance. People say what are they say, but people when they hear the water they touch, they offend them. So get to the back in the road there, man. Where can you go? All we want is a better Nigeria for normal mud. All the country might have happened in Nigeria. We want the suffering for Nigeria people to stop. We want a better Nigeria where everybody who feel is a part of Nigeria. We want the Edo where everybody is a part of Edo.
Okay, yes, those state people and Nigerians across the world, I am honored to salute you all. I greet you all in the name of our collective struggle, and I welcome you especially to the Comrade Show, TCS blog. My name is Comrade Lanti Oreahi, and I enjoy you. If you are joining this broadcast to help share, if you could, that really would be nice. Of course, as usual, we're going to look at issues, bordering on the Edo 2024. Don't forget, this is one of the series we're looking at Edo 2024 in focus. I chose this topic, Esan agenda, it will be Olumide, Osaigbovo, Akpata, and other matters. Now, the reason why I coined this topic is because since the last couple of days, on a personal note, a lot of people have, been writing me, calling me, making lots of comments, bordering on this subject. You will recall that on Saturday, this last Saturday, 15th of June, Peter Obi was in Benin City to flag off the campaign of Olumide Akpata, the man I have endorsed to be the next governor of Edo State. And of course, following that, there's been a lot of hula baloo here and there. And interestingly, people have tried to drag Peter Obi into a conversation that borders on the Esan agenda. And a lot of people, friends of mine, I would say, people who like me, have called me to say, comrade, they are surprised I'm supporting Olumide Akpata. Whatever happened to Esan agenda and all of that. And I thought that it is important we do some justice to this subject matter. It is very important. Like I would always say, we need to help broaden our understanding, and this is key. And this is one of the motivating, reasons why I'm having to do this. If you recall, okay, if you take your mind back, people who follow the Comrade Show, I'll tell you the truth. I am one of the first persons, if not the first, this platform actually started, we're the very first to talk about the necessity to have an Esan person as governor. On this platform, shortly after we elected Governor Godwin Obaseki, and all of that. But let's break it down very importantly. Don't go and waste up me if it's the Comrade Show. It's going to be very interesting. And at some point, I'm going to, ask you guys to call in. And of course, ask your questions or make your opinions known, as it were. Step me, don't go away. Please share the broadcast. It is the Comrade Show. My name is Comrade Lanti Oreahi. This is the Comrade Show. Yes, my people, welcome back. It is the Comrade Show. So, like I said, my inbox right now, my DM is full. You understand what I'm saying? I've done a couple of broadcasts. Of course, I did. For people who are joining us for the first time, I like you to just so you catch up. I like to refer you to a previous broadcast I made, which has to do with my endorsement of Olumide Akpata, and of course, we've looked at the shenanigans, okay, that people try to sponsor to characterize the glorious and the triumphant entry, of Edo politics by Olumide Akpata, particularly, the one that began with Olumide going to the palace of the Oba and of course, and how, mischief makers tried to create an excerpt out of it and give a narrative that is non-existent, as it were. That said, on the issue of the Esan agenda, I like everybody to be aware of this. Given the way our politics is, I have no issues. I've never had issues. I still do not have any issue with the proponents of Esan agenda. I made a case for Esan agenda, severally, shortly after the election of Governor Obaseki. And of course, a lot of people picked it from there and all of that. But let's be clear. Let's be clear. I'm going to bring Peter Obi into this matter because Peter Obi has entered this conversation, the high and the mighty Nigerian in a State political, environment. They dragged Peter Obi into the matter, and I'm going to try to give, a clarity to that. But on the overall issue of Esan agenda, let's look at where we are. At the time, Esan agenda was a topical matter, a subject matter, as it were. The political parties had not held their primaries. Okay? They never do them. Everybody was still preparing and all of that. And of course, the argument was made, okay, which was a valid argument, okay, as far as I'm concerned, that look, it would have been nice that after Governor Obaseki, okay, and Esan would succeed him. Okay? And now, what that meant was that the political parties needed to be the ones who decide what happens, okay, and all of that. Now, this is at the point of this discourse, it was like a woman pregnant. You understand the picture from what I'm saying now? Carrying a baby in the womb. By the time you don't born that baby come out, it becomes a different story altogether. Why did I say this? Before the party even had, really opened the floor for nominations and all of those things, and this conversation had been ongoing. It had been ongoing. Now, we must remember that there is no constitutional provision nor law, either at the local governmental level or the state level or at the federal level of the Nigerian Federation, that says, or rather give backing to anything like zoning. So all of these things were just, conversations amongst the people as a matter that, of course, for argument's sake, would settle for balance, we settle for equity, we settle for this and that. That happened. Now, when PDP had their primaries, we had some people jostling to get the candidacy of the PDP. We had the Benins. We had those from the Edo North, from the Esako. It just so happened that Governor Obaseki favored Asue Ighodalo. And Governor Obaseki bulldozed his way with all his might, bulldozed everybody out of the way to ensure that Asue Ighodalo got the ticket of the PDP. Now, it remains to be seen if it is because Asue Ighodalo was an Isha man, but some people have argued that with the position of Asue Ighodalo under Governor Obaseki, even if he was an Esako man or a Benin man, he still would have been here today if the governor wanted him to be here. That's on one hand. Then when you come to the side of APC, we had the Benis contesting, We had, Esan people contesting. We had people from Edo North contesting. And somehow a lot of drama happened even with the APC. In the morning, it was announced that Dennis Daosa was the candidate of the APC. In fact, later in the day, there was another announcement that was Akpata as the candidate of the APC. And so there was a lot of tussle between the camp of Oshomole and, of course, the camp of, what's his name, Yamu. And somehow, they now said they went to Abuja. After another 48 hours or so, they resolved and came back to say Akpata should be the head of the ticket and then Mr. Daosa should be the running mate. Okay? Now, on the part of the Labour Party, it was the same thing. They had Benin contesting, they had some people contesting, they had Esan people contesting, and lots more contesting. At the end of the day, they had their primaries, and Olumide Akpata emerged as their candidate. Now, the reason why I try to lay this foundation is this, so we can, if not, and share this book is very important. So maybe we understand where we come from and where we did. Now, the reason I try to lay this foundation is because it is evident that there is a contestation. Okay? Inside this contestation, somebody was going to emerge, whether by wuru or by otherwise. It meant that because it was a contestation, Aswe emerged. There was nothing by the political parties to say it is only Esan people that we contest to. Even when APC tried to streamline their aspirants, suspended some and all of that, you understand what I'm saying? They did not restrict it to only Esan people. At the time, there were 2 people from Edo North, 2 from Edo South, and 2 from Edo Central, right by the APC. And 1 person was going to emerge. They didn't say it must all be an Esan group. In the PDP, we have people like Aslemo Jeswa, the deputy governor, who actually lost his seat because he dared to aspire. He lost his deputy governorship seat, governor position, because he dared to aspire. And because his own principal, Obaseki, favored Aswe Ighodalo. Now, we equally had, the Labour Party, DDRs. It was very possible that today the conversation would have been that possibly if Dennis Daosa said this thing would have, had head sway in APC, would have been that you have 2 Benins and probably 1 Esan. Now, the reason why I try to lay this foundation is this. When we were having that argument, that discussion, that engagement, that it was necessary, there are different strands to this. For me, I thought it was necessary because of how far and how, where we have come. Okay? Now, even when I had made that advocacy, it was never going to be at the expense of Edo State. That advocacy was always first the interest of Edo State, first and foremost before any other thing. Because I cannot say I am arguing and making a case for Esan agenda and the political parties are presenting us with Okbetus. Okbetus are people that will not advance, that we cannot have confidence in to advance the cause of the state. I mean, that will not fly. You understand what I'm saying now? And all of that. So at the end of the day, particularly, like I said before, there are no laws. There is no constitutional provision to say this and that must be zoned. And I'll come to that matter as well, the issue of constitution on this matter. The political parties, having had their primaries and giving us their own candidates, it becomes incumbent on the electorate to choose from people that have been given to us. Because we are not, for instance, I am not a member of any political party. I don't belong to any political party in Nigeria. I'm not a card-carrying member of any political party in Nigeria. My PDP have had their primaries. They have given us a candidate. APC have had us. they've given us a candidate. The Labour Party have had theirs, they've given us a candidate. To that extent, the issue of Esan agenda, okay, as far as I'm concerned, dies. What becomes important is now the capacity for the candidates given to us to actually take Edo State forward. What becomes important as a conversation right now for me and for people who are well-meaning would be the people given to us. Do we trust them well enough to defend our collective patrimony? Do we believe in them enough to keep Edo State together? Do we trust them well enough to be governor and be governor? This, right now, is the legitimate conversation that should characterize this arraignment. Now, I do understand that people have espoused different reasons why they are supporting. Overwhelmingly, there are people who have come out publicly to say that, oh, it is the turn of the Esan. It is the turn of this. It is the turn of this. Turn of the Esan, you are supporting Akpata. Why are you not supporting Osaigbovo? They will have a case to argue against that. Esan turn, you are supporting Osaigbovo. Why did you not support Akpata? They are both Esans. You understand the picture? So at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, the conversation from here, going forward after these candidates have emerged, was no longer a matter of it is this person's turn, it is that person's turn. Because right now, the parties have given us and they have put their best foot, believably, forward. What we now are not trying to do is to look at the people they put forward to us and begin to judge them on their capacity, on their competencies, on their everything. If we truly believe that Edo State should move forward, if we truly believe that Edo State should advance beyond where she is at the moment, that becomes a conversation. So for the few persons that have, some have left voice messages, oh, comrade, some will leave voice messages, voice messages arguing for Osaigbovo. Others will leave voice messages arguing for Akpata. I've had a barrage of messages. Some have written, some have called, expressing disappointment that, oh, I did not support Akpata or I did not support Osaigbovo and all of that. That's what. I did establish very firmly that even at the time, at the premature stage, when some of us argued for the essence of an Esan person or from a Edo Central person to be the next governor of Edo State, I did say that it was never going to be at the expense of Edo State. That Edo State's interest will always and was always going to supersede every other interest. And for those who have probably come out to written me and insinuated that probably I'm supporting the Labour Party candidate because it's from Edo State, the truth of the matter is this. I believe very strongly that development is not tribally contagious. You don't develop because this person is from this tribe, or that person is from that tribe. Development is willful, it's purposeful, it's clearly focused. It is not tribally contagious. That somebody's an Esan person, if the person becomes governor, Edo State will advance. Okay, there is no argument that supports that, or that somebody is, from this tribe. If that person, if that person becomes governor, the state would advance. There is no theory that advances such kind of ideology, which I'm trying to sow, because right now, for a lot of people, they are not looking at the overall interest of Edo State, which overrides everything. Some of us have been privileged to see other parts of the world. I don't know where Rishi Sunak is from. I know it's originally from India. I don't know which state in the UK he's from. I don't know where, Kestama is from. You understand what I'm saying now? It is never a conversation. Never. And unless and until, we begin to, edge ourselves towards a direction like that, where, things like this. Now, look, don't get me wrong, given the peculiarity of our political system, okay, you cannot rule out a conversation like that. But if an Esan man must be governor, that Esan man must be somebody that the majority of Edo State people will have confidence in, will have trust in. If a Benin man must be governor, that Benin man must be somebody that Edo State people will have confidence in, we have trust in, we have a very strong sense of belief in. If an Afamai man would be, it should be the same thing. But it is not a fiat. It can never be a fiat. Particularly when parties have had their primaries and they've presented, the candidates they believe is best to represent them. The conversation ends. At this level, there can't be Esan agenda. Esan agenda for now is in the cooler. The candidates will be looked at on the basis of their merits. The people will decide who to support. That is the way it's going to be. Nothing is going to change that. So the sentiment of, we are not, why am I supporting Akpata? Is it because it's Benin? Oh, God knows that if Akpata was an Esan man, was an Afemai man, was whoever he was, given the credentials and given the candidates that were given to us, Akpata will still earn my support under these circumstances. Now, I have said, for those who may not have seen it, you can refer back to my, my previous video where I did something on, my endorsement, something the candidate I endorsed, and of course I did espouse the reason why I have not endorsed the other two candidates. Okay, and I genuinely did that because that is the truth about the situation. And I argued, and as far as I'm concerned, Makomiza does not give me anything to hold as one that we can entrust Edo State in. As for Osaigbovo, I didn't express doubt at any time when it comes to whether he's competent, whether he's savvy. I didn't express any doubt. But I did express a lot on issues of trust because, of course, our experiences just now with the current governor of Edo State. And of course, the composition of the Asuelism. For me, for the PDP candidacy, the conflict of interest is just too much for me to live with. Otherwise, I swear, I believe he's a very fine gentleman. I believe very strongly he's a fine gentleman. I believe very strongly, like Olumide Akpata, he's a thinker as well. However, the trust issue is so strong. And in politics, if trust is missing, it is difficult. And I espouse that very strongly. You are the head of the economic team of the state. You were the chairman of Sterling Bank, and Edo State made Sterling Bank, because you were the chairman, the official bank of the state. Your running mate is the current SSG to the same state. The governor, when he leaves office and you win peradventure, you become the governor. The former SSG becomes your deputy. The governor becomes the godfather. And meanwhile, in this same state, we are currently owing about 600 billion naira. In this same state, the government, when the government came, the government made a debt profile of 79 billion. Now we are now nearly 600 billion. And some of us, we are very critical minded. We have looked at the state, 600 billion. Given all the cameras people have been carrying around, oh, we see one road here, we do this one. We don't know where 600 billion would go into. And some of us believe that it would be highly immoral, genuinely immoral, and dangerous for Obaseki to continue a third term agenda, as some people have argued, through Osaigbovo. That means that nobody was going to open the books. And so it is, in my own candid opinion, but it's very essential that we have a government that can call on the previous government to say, how have you fared? How did you spend X, Y, Z? I want answers. In other claims, this is exactly what happens. Now, but when you enthrone your stooges, it means that there is no room for anybody to open any books. And for me, that is high political immorality that should not be allowed. And for those that have argued, oh, some people have called, some people have left voice messages, oh, Obaseki has done well. Obaseki should be allowed to, enthrone Osaigbovo. My brother, my sister, if you hold that view, I respect it. I probably also would advise that you should tell us and advise Obaseki to give us a list of people that will govern Edo State in the next 100 years. If that is the yardstick of looking at it, tell us, okay, Obaseki has lined up Osaigbovo. Let him give us a list of people that will come after Osaigbovo till Edo State for another 100 years. No matter how well we believe that somebody has done, it's always important that when people leave office, they give account of their stewardship. But under these circumstances, some of us don't see that happen. I bet if they watch this video, may you, whether you agree or you don't agree, it's fine. Put your comments there. Let's respect ourselves. You understand? But share the broadcast. And if you like what person they do, I want to say they put like for, yeah, here's this like man, and they say they help the thing, they grow small. One they put like. Follow us on TCS blog. Don't forget. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, please, if you could. That would be nice. Now, this is the argument. If Obaseki has done this, they should allow Osaigbovo, give us a list of after Osaigbovo who will come follow, so that there should be no need for election. This is a contestation. This is a contestation. This is a contestation. And we know the history of our state and our country. So let nobody come out and bamboozle us. Now, when you go on the flip side, this same government we are talking about right now, okay? I first thought that they say, as election they come now, we're going to begin to see a lot of magic. What did not do last 2 years, last 5 years. We now start to see many magic right now just to win people. A government of optics. A government of optics. I don't even know where. I know I'll play that video. I have a video of one young man that has gone around some secondary schools. And we begin to ask ourselves, this Edo best. Where did this Edo best operate? Where billions went through? These are questions that definitely bring about trust issues. Some people are arguing right now that Edo best was Edo State conduit for excavating Edo State resources for whatever it is. I may not be able to independently verify this, but what I can verify is that Edo State is currently owing something close to 600 billion. It's alarming. There is nothing wrong about borrowing. I mean, even professionals will tell you about that. But the people need to see the dividends of borrowing, what they have borrowed. I never liked Oshomole's administration. I was a strong opponent of Oshomole right from time. But when you go to Edo State, Benin City that's supposed to be our prime, area, you go and see how unlooking, how dirty Benin City is. Oshomole not here, did some beautiful, things around that ring road area, and all of that. The place you will call the city center. You go to the city center of Edo State and ask yourself what is happening. We're talking about 600 billion. Kenana Lue, where they for spend now, we not going to know. Somebody reminded me that I said, man, in Edo State, there is no landmark project. We don't have any. I may not be one who really look at all of that. There are so many other matters that I want to look at. But we not go feel overrule all those kind of things. Every government will come there, go paint Ogbe Stadium. Now project they don't do with that. This one took a step further, and I've applauded him for that. He go paint secretariat when Ogbemudia build. Then they can't launch them, commissioner, even spend money for that commissioning process. So. And that person they build them, but they can't commission after for painting and renovation, or renovation and painting. So you begin to ask yourself, how, with all the allocation coming, all the derivation, Paris Club money, and many other things, IGRO, the highest, over 200% increase. They will see get 600 billion when we borrow. Where did it all go in this Edo State? For all the things that we were promised, that some of us heard directly, we don't see them on ground. And you criminalize me for questioning, for talking about trust issues when it comes to Osaigbovo. Now, the reason why Osaigbovo's matter is a bit critical inside this matter, now because he is a stakeholder in this government. Osaigbovo did not just come from the blues. He's been there for 16 years, the chief economic advisor of this state. And now, they are spending hundreds of millions to create optics. Everybody's wearing face cap. Everybody's wearing t-shirts. Social media is agog. I swear. And when I studied media arts, there's what we call persistence of vision. What you see often, you tend to believe it. You understand what I'm saying now? It reduces your sense of judgment because you are seeing it often. You begin to develop belief for it. They understand those all of those kind of theories and the workings. They use the media to bombard everybody desperately. They push it. At the end of the day, a lot of people are so people have lost the depth of thought to really question things on the ground. I am a critical thinker. I have looked at this on the ground before and made up my mind. Ogbemudia today is still referred to by myself, by younger people. He will be referred to even by children unborn. Ogbemudia did not spend money on social media. Ogbemudia did not print face cap to talk about the things he did. Ogbemudia did not. There was no media to promote the works of Ogbemudia in the States. But if you work, your work will be indelible. Ogbemudia's work in Edo State today is alive, it's well, it's indelible. So people will be born tomorrow, we reference Ogbemudia for the kind of governance he provided to Edo State. He didn't have to, he allowed the works to speak for themselves. And so the only landmark projects we still have in Edo today standing are the projects cited by Ogbemudia. They are the same projects cited by Samuel Ogbemudia. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Now, I have been immersed in an environment, well enough to look beyond the balloon, to look beyond what Spanish people will call bubujas. You understand the picture of what I'm saying? The shiny. I'm critical enough to remove the shiny and look inside what's inside the matter. And inside the matter has nothing. I campaigned with Edo Best. but I've investigated a lot of secondary schools. All our own, what's it called? Landmark secondary schools. Go and look, go travel to all of them. At Dolo College, Ewosa, Edo College, Idia College, Mota Grammar School, Iyoba College, secondary school. Go to all of these schools and show me what Edo Best did in those places. And yet, this Edo Best has got billions from these states. So at the end of the day, until the books are thoroughly opened, it is difficult for me to trust the PDP candidate. It's got nothing to do with where he's from. Now, on the flip side, I'm still talking about the PDP candidacy right now. On the flip side, if somebody like Aslem Ojezua was the candidate of the PDP, it is probably very likely he would have had my support. Probably very likely. He's an Esan man. Probably very likely would have had my support. Because of where he is coming from. And because, again, I recognize that he was not a critical stakeholder. There was no conflict of interest per se from somebody like that. He was not serving in this administration of Governor Obaseki. He was a party man. But you will listen to him, you know that, okay, this one gets something upset. More than that, he was a man who truly knew this land. Probably if now Aslem just one the break come out. This whole talk now it will not be like this for many of us. Probably. I said probably because, if he had emerged, I still would have gone to look more at his background. You understand what I'm saying? Probably look at all of the merits and demerits. But the way this PDP candidacy day, the suspicion is too much. For those of us that are critical thinkers, there is no way. It's too difficult to just say, oh, because of saying an Esan man, you understand what I'm saying? Even the Esan itself is questionable. With all due respect. That's for that. On the part of Akpata, I don't make that one very clear. I don't even talk that one too much again. I just thought that the APC are taking us for granted. Because if that is the best that the APC can offer to say, now their candidate be this, then I have serious issues. And the issue I have basically is APC as a party, they need to reinvent themselves. Now, when I now listen to people like Pastor Isaiah Yamu, I am dazed. When someone like Isaiah Yamu comes out arguing for us to have Esan as the next governor, arguing for Akpata, I go back a bit to ask myself, you were contesting as an aspirant. It's just that Akpata before nowhere. Because you had issues with Oshomole. That was why you were not. If Oshomole had teamed up with you, Isaiah would have been the candidate of APC today. Nothing would have stopped it. We saw it coming. It was like a tsunami. But somehow Oshomole resisted that you become the candidate of the APC. That is why you are not the candidate. And you are a Benin man. You were an aspirant. You contested. You could have won. And so if he had won, he would be talking of power. Okay, now we'll give power to Esan, we'll give power to Akpata. You would have been arguing for yourself. So what I now see in all of this is that people are just making the argument on the basis of self-interest. Not because they love Edo State, not because they care about Edo State. I don't have anything more to advance about Akpata. Many of us have seen Akpata. Many of us can make up our minds about Akpata. I respect him as a human being. I have huge respect for him for his dexterity. You understand what I'm saying? And as a man, I hear that the man is Omome, which is fine. But growth and development politically, it's not a matter that can be delivered because of Omomership. Because you're an Omome. Omome means somebody who's simple, somebody people can easily say, they are grassroots, politicians like that and all those kind of things. Humble. That's what they say is. I don't know. I'm not really close to it. But what's it called? Growth and development is not a matter that is contagious. These are very serious things that people must take seriously, because they are matters of vision, of clear planning, clear purpose, clear hard work. Not a matter that will be submitted into political godfathers and godmothers, and we expect something to change in Edo State. No, that's not. So again, when I look at Olumide is not carrying any of all these many baggage when I talk about right now. He has not served in any government. He has served in his own private capacity as NBA chairman. He was even the chairman of this Osaigbovo, because they are both lawyers under the NBA, Nigerian Bar Association. And he did creditably well there. He is the leader, the chair of one of the biggest law firms in Africa. The man is a self-made man. I've looked everywhere around and said, man, look, we probably need, because of where we have been, we probably need people like these that don't have any history whatsoever. So that we will be sure that there will be no godfathers. If Olumide becomes governor of Edo State, he will have no godfathers, so we can solely hold him responsible for his activities. And we love to have that. You will be sure that in his government, you won't have this whole asilo of politicians. Just look at the charade taking place right now. Decamping and redecamping. Look at all the politicians you are seeing. The established politicians. Look at them. They're either APC today, PDP tomorrow, APC. They shamelessly move left, right, and we are just watching, almost helplessly. That is why in the course of the electionary process of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he inadvertently called them, both parties together, PDPC or whatever. That captured it. Look at Edo State now. We hear now that, what's his name? They are moving. Shaibu right now, Ogbede Hama, almost said the one that was just a couple of months ago was declaring, swearing declaration for Osaigbovo. We don't hear now say, now APC now. The same way you see others in droves move from the APC to PDP. Are we not tired? Are we not tired as a people? Are we not angry at this? Do you think that Esan agenda will supersede and impose itself on all of this kind of immorality? At the end of the day, I've always asked myself the question. I mean, I'm very conscious of the last 30 years of our polity. And as I've sat here, I've looked at the next 30 years, and the question is there hope on the horizon? Will there be hope on the horizon? Or you think that it was a mistake, that even if Obaseki supported Osaigbovo to be candidate, you think it was a mistake that Obaseki does this way to ensure that it is, what's his name, Ogie, that is his deputy? Ogie has been in government for the past 24 years. He knows all the secrets of this same government. So what are they hiding? That is my question. Whatever they are hiding must be unveiled. And the only chance of unveiling whatever they are hiding, if any, is through Olumide Akpata, who has said, he never use the word pro, but anywhere our money day, he go find out. And it's a man that I've come to know, say, anything when the guy talks, say he go do. They go by, he go do him. I've been told that severally. I've noticed part of that. When I had a private meeting with Osaigbovo, some of the people we had in the group, a lot of people were there. People just, not Osaigbovo, Akpata. People asked different things, Everything the people requested. Akpata said yes to all of them. All! And I don't even the bad myself saying, yes, everything. Oh, we want you to do this. Oh, we will do it. Oh, we'll do it. Oh, I will do it. I will do it. Okay. But when we had a private meeting with, what's his name? MBA chairman, former MBA chairman, Akpata, he did not say yes to everything. Oh, say, I know if he promise this one, no. Because I don't want to talk with you, I know if he do. Bros, I know if he do. Even when we were live, when I interviewed him live, Olumide, one of the points where the man won, because I gathered points with these people before I declared for Olumide Akpata. Olumide talked about Alex Oti, how close he is, and how he wants to run Edo State in a similar and better way. I asked Olumide, I said, Olumide, are you aware that Alex Oti has cancelled pension scheme for ex-governors? Will you do that in Edo State? Because I desperately want that to be done in Edo State. He said, I don't agree with Alex Oti. Confidently. He said, I don't agree with Alex Oti. He said, because there are some people have worked elsewhere, they are receiving pension. Some have worked are retired elsewhere, they are receiving pension. When they become governor, they equally want to come and add governorship pension to it. He said, what I will do is that for ex-governors, we'll check their history. If they have multiple pensions, we cut all of them and restrict it to one. And we will set a parameter. If you are ex-governor, you have no history, you have no pension before, then there will be a barometer to give you pension. But if you receive pension before, because you don't serve before as a permanent secretary, then you will stay with that. That of the ex-governorship, you will relinquish that. And he went ahead, expanded and expanded that argument. I saw a different approach to it that will even be good. He said, because we cannot encourage people. If we say, oh, no pension, I'm saying you are encouraging them to go and steal as they like. And then for governors when they don't serve, that I found one thing, money they their neck, when they need to reveal their own pension will stop immediately. Waiting remain, they will have to vomit it. He said that on live here. Critical thinking, vision, clear purpose. So before I talk, say I support Olumide Akpata, I'm not crazy. And for those that have advanced arguments, say, oh, you're not going to win. You're not surprised you say the person when the people they talk say you're not going to win, I go support. You think I'm not allowed to be on the winning side? I like to do it. So I said, oh, APC now go win. Oh, because of Tinubu can't write the result. PDP now go win, or Obaseki will write the result. Blah, 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 blah. They are pitchy tents. I didn't look at any of that. I said, well, Olumide, if he wins, I win with him. If he loses, I lose with him. Either way, I am glad because my conscience is clear. I am not enticed by any personal interest. I'm not expected or expecting. You know what I'm saying now? There is no entitlement on my part. If you don't win now, you get what I expect. No, I don't get anything when I expect. If it was a matter of personal benefit, I probably would have pitched them with APC or PDP because there was 1,001 room for me to get personal benefit this time from any of these political parties because they actually wanted me to work with them. But that was not the overriding thing. The overriding thing for me is Edo State. I'm not be small picking anymore now. With how many years from now, my person go retire. Once we don't retire, some of us want to come to that same Nigeria, come to that same Benin. Some of us come from villages where we say, man, we get land, we get farm, we go for farm and play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in our retirement age. Happily, they live in our own land as simple men and women. But if the land is not secured, if the land is not growing, if the land is the way it is now, how can we come? That's not my fight. How much confidence do we have? Even those who don't wait for retirement, people say, man, they get money to invest in those states. Some have tried it and they have lost woefully because there's no protection. That's not my interest, that's not my fight. Anyways, just to bring the matter home, my people, my decision to support Olumide Akpata has nothing to do with whether it's a Benin man. As a matter of fact, at this stage, I'm tribe blind. If Olumide was Esan, Onwa, this, that, he would have had my support. God knows he would. Because of what is available right now. And none of you even a question. Nobody even a question. And on one person has never become governor of Edo State. Nobody's agitating. I think we have had a son serve as governor in the past. We have never had an unwanted person serve as a governor of Edo State. Why is there no agitation to that effect? Now, to show say we need to recoil ourselves and our sensibilities on these matters. Just on the last touch on this. When Aneni was the national leader of this same PDP, he was the figurehead representing the entire South. All federal appointments were Esan. Nobody agitated to say, oh, that agenda, oh, and then you are appointing some people too much. Why you not give some of these things to Benin people? All appointment was Esan. To the extent that he even brought the Mogbesia. They prepared them, one of them for governors, for governors of Edo State. All. I didn't hear any agenda at that time. I didn't hear, because at that time, it was at your own interest. When Osomole was governor, even after he don't come up for governor, look at all the federal appointments as ministers, as this, as that. Are they not coming from his own constituency? Where is the legitimate agenda now? Has anybody cried that a Benin man is not the minister representing Edo State? That Osomole chose from his constituency? Or many other federal appointments, they are from his constituency? Where is the agenda? Let's be honest with ourselves. In any case, I only just brought this one because at the end of the day, people make it not be like say we know nobody mumu. But you see all of those kind of things, so they shouldn't even be part of the conversation. Because as far as I'm concerned, even if I'm one family, now they govern Edo State, and Edo State is running smoothly. One family and they govern, and we are happy. Edo State is like Dubai, work day, security day, everything they okay. Who go complain? Who go complain? And that's what I told Olumide Akpata. I said, please, if God help you, you become governor of Edo State. I beg. Show to the world that it is possible to transform this Edo State. Anywhere you for need help, selflessly, we will give it. I volunteer myself. Pro bono. Anywhere you need help and assistance. But provided, if you deviate from your promises, from the things when you promise to do, my brother, this seems about what they give you, so that's what will start to tear you down as well. Because I know they owe you shishi. I'm not intending to owe you shishi. So I want to hope and believe that this should be what we are looking at. At this stage, Esan agenda is in the cooler. What is right now before us is the competence, the integrity, the belief we have in the candidates given to us to choose from. So may anybody not bomb me again with this agenda. Therefore, those that try to bring Peter B matter into this picture. Oh, Peter B, fairness and equity, this, that. Peter B contested the election in this country for president. He's from the East, and Igbo has never won presidency before. A lot of us argue that, look, may want to give Peter B a chance. Maybe with Peter B, we are going to have some difference. You understand the picture from what I'm saying now? Why many people were arguing that there was no constitutional provision to say, na Igbo man turn ain't rich. You know, today, with all the arguments here and there, na Yoruba man I be president today. Is it not? Nah. And with the way this Nigeria is wired, if people don't turn, a different leaf, the next election, it goes to make way for everybody. Which is why, if we truly desire all those kind of things, we need to now ensure that anywhere PDP and APC we sweep them off those states so that we can give opportunities to other people, to the ordinary people, to produce presidents in this country that will be believable. But the same Peter B was running. This is not what he tell us when he was campaigning. When people want to turn, say, Peter B, he support Olu Akpata, is not support fairness and equity. Development, growth, productivity is not tribally contagious. When I listen to Peter B.
Let's verify who we are. It is important for you. Do not say because Peter Obi is from the east, I will vote for him. Do not vote for me because I'm an Igbo man.
Okay.
Do not vote for anybody because they're from the west. Do not vote for anybody because they're from the north. This is time to vote a human being who have conscience and trust. East, I will vote for who we are. It is important for you.
Okay.
Do not say because Peter Obi is from the east, I will vote for him. Do not vote for me because I'm an Igbo man. Do not vote for anybody because they're from the west. Do not vote for anybody because they're from the north. This is time to vote a human being who have conscience and trust.
Mona, listen to that last statement. A human being who has conscience and trust. I never even gathered this trust matter inside this matter before when I talk about trust issues, that's where Udalo. It's a human being who has conscience and trust. Mona, listen again. Say, don't vote for me because I'm an Igbo man. Don't bring in that sentiment. Vote for me because you believe I am trustworthy and I'm compassionate. Take a listen.
From the east, I will vote for you. Do not say because Peter Obi is from the east, I will vote for him. Do not vote for me because I'm an Igbo man. Do not vote for anybody because they're from the west. Do not vote for anybody because they're from the north. This is time to vote a human being who have conscience and trust.
My guys, that sums it up for me. Now, what Peter Obi has done, or what he did when he was campaigning, this was very loud. Don't vote for me because I'm an Igbo man, but vote for me because you trust me. Because I'm a human being, I'm compassionate. Now, I am supporting Olumide Akpata, not because he's a Benin man. I'm supporting because right now, he has earned at least a measure of my trust. And because I see that he is compassionate, he has put the people first before any other thing. Everywhere the man goes, he said, the people must be at the center of the table. Oh, may I play this? When we just enjoy this, this your guy, video small. Then we'll start from there.
See better come Edo State with our guy Olumide. All our suffer want to end. Everything go come better. And my papa picking go enjoy. Cause we don't check in profile. And he's a son of Edo. He don't do it for federal. And he won't do it for Edo. Employment he go do. Industries go develop. Thank God for Olumide Akpata. This man Edo need. Who's your guy?
Hey.
Olumide Akpata.
When I got the type for there, Olumide is my guy. I bet I believe one of the type for there, Olumide is my guy.
See us we day like beans and rice. Edo people, I will never leave your side.
Oludi. Now, like I was trying to establish, Olumide has effectively positioned himself as a man of the people. Okay? He's not a perfect man. I think I agree with that. He's not a perfect man. He's got his own things. You understand? But when it comes to the broad issue, when it comes to the broader matters we get to do with the states, Olumide has positioned himself there as a man that we can believe in right now. And the circumstances surrounding him makes him the man that we can reasonably trust. When we talk about trust, that we are entrusting this man with. Olu is my guy, Bata is my guy. What I put on there? We are entrusting him with the resources of our state. And we are asking him to find out where our 600 billion naira go when this government don't borrow. We're asking him to ask all the questions. All the money we don't spend for Edo Best, when he be saying, you know, reach Adolo College, you know, reach Edo College, you know, reach Edo Grammar School, you know, reach Edo Bolo Grammar School, you know, reach Mountain College, you know, reach Iyoba College, you know, reach Secondary School, you know, reach many of these our own established schools. We need to find out where all those monies go. Not say they're going to push on the shiny for our eye. Now, they don't show one thing and say, oh, one thing's Garden City. They don't do some layouts. All these things now for the sake of election. A government of optics, we are tired. Don't be showing us pictures. Optics, they're going to make believe. We sign one MOU with this, we sign this with that, we sign with that. You will always be expecting, but this thing is never going to materialize in your time. We don't go see them. After 2 days, we don't hail you, say, man, you don't try. We don't forget. Come on, let's be realistic for once. Somebody say, oh, he don't increase salary to 70,000. I ask Akpata, say Akpata, 70,000. They don't increase salary to 70,000. What are you going to do? Akpata said, when I become the governor of Edo State, we will look at the coffers and look at the workers. Say, given the state of Nigeria, if we look and say we can pay 100,000, we will increase worker salary to 100,000 minimum wage. If we look and say the state go fit chest say now 100,000 will be minimum wage for Nigeria, the workers have earned it. We will increase it genuinely and make sure so we jumpstart many other things for the state. That is a man who is putting the people first. Who is putting the people first? He's not doing. I mean, we are seeing a government. At that first one, I'm not just a watch. Many magic from this government before this election, just to sway people. They will invade this, they will invade that. Later, they will start project commissioning. You understand? They will go commission borehole, go commission, poultry, go commission two Gary farm, so that it will create that impression. But overall, when you look at the larger picture inside the state, man, everybody's complaining. So all of that, okay, instill trust for my mind. If you look at the party now, even the PDP right now, the PDP is imploding. That when they hear news now say they want expel, or they don't expel Ubede Hammer, or they don't suspend some people. Even I don't know how true it is, but some news are flying. They don't suspend this Shaibu, they don't do that, they don't do that. They should expand that to this, to that, to that. These are people, a governor, a leader of a political party, okay, who could not put his whole house together. There's another video we say that's what that will do when it comes to the problem with this PDP is as big as it is right now. There was somebody in charge who was the leader of the party. You understand me now? There's a reason for that. But we need to move away from all this kind of narrative. They have kept us where we are. 8 years is a long time. 8 years is good enough time to see some things. That even if you don't advertise, even if we don't see all the social media, shenanigans taking place, the people go by themselves confirm, say, yes, this man try for Edo State. By themselves, they're going to see them. Anyway, you pass with the work, you're going to see the work. I will not entirely toss Obaseki, try. Somebody called me, was it yesterday, and the person was talking about Obaseki, this. That's what I say, man. Obaseki, what you talking about right now? All the things they mention, say, oh, he do one road like this, he don't do another road like this. This money when they do this road, you sure say that he pocket it from come out from. You say no, now I do state money then what are you talking about? So we must now start immortalizing him, because the money when they say they come manage for Edo State, he used the money take grade one road, or take grade 2 roads or 3 roads. He must not be immortalized. And in fact, all my years, I've spent decades outside of Nigeria. I never see where that one they happen. We can't talk now. Oh, Boris Johnson will come begin to immortalize for his effort when he was Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. We Boris Johnson don't be, now my own tax. Now Boris Johnson take do the work when you work. Oh, it will try. Oh, he paid the secretariat. He refurbished the secretariat from his pocket. From his pocket. So that one now will come override, say, and now will come ask questions about the 600 billion when we don't borrow. So what we gonna do? It will become criminal to ask a question? Come on. What would the reason? What would the reason? We must fight the fight now to set Edo State right. I'm discussing the issues, okay? And these are the issues we say bother. It bother me. You understand the picture of what I'm saying now? I remember when this governor was coming on board, and that equally have extended to Akpata. And I mean it, and I appeal to them. When the governor was coming to board, I advised my excellency, I say, Governor Osaigbovo, please, could you do us something that has never been done before? Even if it's every 6 months, even if it's every 1 year, even if it's every 3 months, if you could, let Edo State people have access to the state of account of Edo State. Everybody did, all other countries they do one. Quarterly, they'll come give reports. We have done this, we have done this, we have done this. This is what we are owing. This one is in our coffers. These are other plans we have. Now, if you can set a standard like that, where people can measure, Edo State people have a right to know the state of the account of Edo State. It has never been done before anywhere in Nigeria. But the only people if you do are people who are ready to be truthful and transparent. Maybe that's one way we've done that. They'll give us, they'll first bring budget running into several billions. When they go towards the end of the year, they'll do another supplementary budget. So that one not go reach again or add more. And this budget, when they bring add join us, so a lot of it will be borrowed to service the budget on the head of the state. And at the end of the day, when they don't borrow the money, they'll come and show us shiny. But it deep down, this set is suffering. And some people, they will come spread small 1,000, 1 million to some social media ushers and some, boys for streets in the name of, say, those who are coming, they carry the news. Oh, but the government to try. Those who don't even know what they happen. The fact that they hear for here, hear for there, they'll start to believe. Some of us are deep thinkers. So we want to look deep down. All those shiny, they do us anything. Everybody that is fashionable to wear AI, as well without AI. Now packaging, they know what the impact of that. But all that packaging has no substance. You don't get. Because of Aswa Udalo, the whole state right now is a mess. You chase your deputy governor. You are chasing all the leaders of your party, as the case is. People have been accused of anti-party activity. At the end of the day, the whole support base is inadvertently or not to them, they are just creating a monster out of their governor. That's what they are doing. You are creating a monster out of your governor. And his candidate, that's why he's watching. He's learning. He's a thinker. He's a very intelligent man. That you can't give power to that one when you don't see how producers of they do. They're not teaching all of them get this thing. Oh shit, we'll never know anything. I just say we'll never know anything. We need to be very careful. And I pray I will work hard. Everybody should work hard at Osaigbovo Akpata wins this election. If we miss it, when I mark my word, many of them will remember me. Many of them will remember me. I think we have been through a lot. The risk with that's what is too much. Not trust issue, nothing more. Of whether I get capacity or this or that, I'm not in doubt. That's why that is a fine gentleman. We fine gentlemen decide to become, may I not use strong word, state criminals. Everybody's in trouble. And perhaps that is what we may be seeing right now under the present administration. 600 billion in debt, plus including all the allocations that have been coming, all the derivation until when it be named former River State governor spill out some things that day. We didn't even know that some monies were coming like that in millions. And nobody's explained to anybody anything. And our IGR has increased astronomically. No who's telling anybody anything. They will constantly get that 600, nearly 600 billion debt journal. People should ask questions now. Let's be honest with ourselves. Now, our state will they talk about right now? Well, Edo State people and Nigerians, I just come clear this matter of Esan agenda, and of course to assure my friends and some people who care, say, man, look, my support right now at this level, you not get to do with where anybody come from. You just get to do with what I've looked at already. And that's why it took me time to choose, say, I will support somebody. It took me a while, but I really was looking at everybody's credentials, looking at everything around them, looking at what they said, and in between the lines, looking at everything, you understand what I'm saying, and all of that. And I've established firmly that Olumide Akpata is the man that I reasonably trust, okay, to go into the government house and change the narrative. And we are going to support him, you understand? And if he not do as he's saying we'll do, then we are here, you understand? I mean, we know the O and Shishi. So our mouth now will still lock. You understand the picture from what I'm saying now? So my people, now so the matter Rachel, make I not come, unnecessarily stay too long. But I just want to, thank everybody who has joined us. I beg, share our broadcast if you could. I really would appreciate that. And we catch up again. We are going to be having this conversation. It's ongoing conversation, but this is Esan agenda, and I just going to visit them again. I don't dwell on that. You understand? Before the primaries, it was important to talk about it. After the primaries, now we have candidates. It just so happens that these are three major candidates. We get some others, maybe same with the other political parties. Among them, Benin's Day, Esan Day, Afema Day, Nenemiya Day, and you understand what I'm saying now? But these are the main ones in focus. So right now, Esan agenda is no longer a matter for discussion. We don't pass that stage. Competence. You understand what I'm saying? And the readiness of each candidate is what we are looking at right now. On the show of Peter Abi, I don't play video for now. Peter Abi say more than not vote for me because he's an Igbo man. Translate that to Edo State. Do not vote for anybody because it's somehow because I'm an Edo man. Vote for competence and vote for trust. Vote for empathy. Olumide encapsulates all of that. He's putting the people first. And me, I love that. The people first, the people second, and the people third. God bless you all. We'll see you again. And today, I want to just enjoy this one this last time.
See better come Edo State with our guy Olumide. All our suffer want to end. Everything go come better. And my papa picking go enjoy. Cause we don't check in profile, and he's a son of Edo. He don't do it for federal, and he won't do it for Edo. Employment he go do, industries go develop. Thank God for Olumide Akpata. This man Edo need. Who's your guy? Now Olumide Akpata. See us we dey like beans and rice. Edo people, I will never leave.